Master Ken here with another secret street fighting tip. Recently someone online asked me, Master Ken, why would you even have a series of techniques that utilize two knives? Isn't one knife enough? Is it unrealistic that you even have two knives in a self-defense situation, etc., etc.? Well, first of all, to those of you who have asked those questions, I want to thank you, because I always say there are no stupid questions, just the stupid people who ask them. And those people who are saying those things are asking those questions from a place of ignorance. It's just that you don't know how to use two knives, and that's okay, because you study bullshit. And I'm going to bring the truth of a Meridote to you right now, okay? You have to think of your attacker as a pin cushion. Remember Nana's pin cushion? Remember the little tomato-shaped pin cushion that had green fabric on the top like it was the leaves, and then the rest was red? And it made this satisfying little popping sound when you stuck a pin in it. So you would spend the whole afternoon at Nana's house just pulling a pin out and sticking it back in, and pulling a pin out and sticking it back in, and pulling a pin out and sticking it back in. Well, think of your attacker just like that. Let's say that Todd is the type of psychopath that would attack me even though I am clearly holding two knives, okay? He throws a right-handed punch. I'm going to go ahead and stab right into his fist right off the bat. And then I'm going to leave it there, just like Nana's pin cushion. I'm going to leave the pin in there. Now I have my free hand. I still have two knives. It's within proximity, but I have this free hand. He's thinking about the pain here, not thinking about slicing his trachea open, not thinking about cutting the jugular, not thinking about the fact that I stab him right in the chest, okay? Now I'm going to leave that there and take this back. Now I can use this. I can cut off a nipple. I can slice off his ear. I can slice off the other ear. I can take this and jam it into his stomach. And now I can saw across, disemboweling him, causing all of his intestines to pour out onto the floor. By the way, make sure that you have shoes with good traction so that you don't slip. I'm going to leave that there in his hip, and I'm going to pull this one out. Now I'm going to go to a close quarter move. Oh, and remember, when you go into close quarter moves with knife techniques, you want to make sure that you check that right hand. Okay? Make sure to check that right hand. He might throw a hook or an uppercut, and you don't want to get a little boo-boo on your face while you're cutting him up. Okay? So check that right hand. Then stab him up through the chin. Bury that knife in the nasal cavity and clear his sinuses by twisting it open like this, okay? Pulling it out. You can drag it down his sternum. And then stab him in the groin. Leave it right in the groin. Then I'm going to pull this knife out. I'm running out of targets. This is so successful of a technique, so I'm just going to hack him right in the neck. I want to cut his head off, but I'm going to need that other knife. So I pull that out, okay? Now, at this point, what I'm going to try to do is cut all the meat from the front of the neck to the back of the spine so that his head just sort of flips back like this. It's a technique called scissoring. I'm going to push this here. By the way, make sure there's going to be a lot of blood here, so make sure you close your eyes and your mouth because you don't know where his blood's been. Technique looks like this. Good. And of course, once you've cut him up and done all those moves, since you've been on my case about it, re-stop the groin like so. So, that's how you use two knives in this particular self-defense scenario of unarmed man against double-knived man. Just make sure that if you get attacked in your kitchen or if you happen to be carrying cutlery with you and that's what you use, make sure to clean and disinfect it before you, for instance, use it to prepare some toast. I was just making some toast before this happened, so make sure you clean that off before you go spreading any germs on your food. I'm Master Ken. That was another Secret Street Fighting tip. Us. It's really dry.